Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your 12 p.m. Stretch break. So for today's class, pretty much you won't need much of anything except for a mat unless you have a carpeted floor. But let's just get started. So I want you to give yourself a great big hug, and I want you to slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. And we are going down, just feeling that stretch, moving down the spine, down our back. And when you get to the very bottom, I just want you to let your arms drop. And this time it's okay if your back is curved. And now I want you to give yourself that great big hug again. And I want you to slowly roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. And as you feel that going up your back, you feel it between your shoulder blades, you feel it into the upper back. I want you to roll your shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Excellent job. All right. So the next one that we're going to do, I'll just slightly still kind of face the camera, I think, a little bit. All right. So feet shoulder width apart, and just placing your hands on the front of your leg. And I just want you to slide your hands down, but this time I actually want you to put that bend in your knee. And then I want you to move back up. So again, we're just kind of feeling that pull into the back of the legs. Not really focusing on like the whole squat, like, you know, it is a squat, but we're not really doing the exercise. It's more just kind of feeling the stretch. We're just kind of moving through it. Give me one last one. Nice job. All right. So I'm going to take my feet now a little wider, and I'm now going to just kind of shift my weight. So I'm going to go towards my right side. And feeling the stretch through the inside part of the left leg. And still kind of sitting back into it, like if I'm sitting into a chair. And now I want you to straighten both legs, but before we do the other side, I now want you to reach over with your left hand, sliding that right hand down the leg so the left hand is overhead and that right leg is just, again, moving down. Feeling that stretch through the back, through the core. All right. So now we're going to shift our weight. So again, we're going to sit back into it like we're sitting into a chair, but now leaning towards the left side, and that right leg is straight, feeling it through the inside part of that right leg. And again, you can use your hands and you can kind of place it right above the knee for support. You could also use the counter as well if you feel like you need that. All right, so now I want you to straighten your leg, and now this time I want you to reach your right hand over and sliding that left hand / arm down your leg. So feeling that stretch on the right side of your back. Nice job. And now I want you to come back over. All right. So the next one that we're going to do, kind of more for our hips. And so pretty much it's just you could take your right hand to grab your left ankle. And if you want, just hold it. And if you need some support, again, or a balance of support, just hang on to a wall. And just kind of holding. So right hand grabbing the left ankle, And just feeling that stretch through the outer hip. And now we're going to switch and we're going to do the other leg. So again, now the left hand is going to grab the right ankle. And let's do it one more time just to make sure that we are good with our hips. So right hand is going to grab the left ankle. Nice job. All right, one last and final time. So left hand is going to grab the right ankle. All right, so I'm going to give you an option here. You could either do this on the ground or you could do it standing. Standing can be a little challenging sometimes for people. So I want you to take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee, and we're going to sit back into it. So it's this figure 4, this number 4 that we have going on. And I want you to sit back into it. Otherwise, you can sit on the ground and you could do the same. All right. So pick your poison or pick which one you feel works the best for you. So again, just sitting, crossing that ankle over whichever knee you prefer. And so switch and do the other side. Since I'm down on the ground, I'll just stay down on the ground, but you can still do it standing if you want. Nice job. All right. So since I'm on the ground, if you are not on the ground, I want you to take a seat onto the floor and just crisscross your legs. And I just want you to reach out in front of you. Just feeling that stretch through your low back. But that first stretch that we did, sometimes you don't notice it as much until you do something else that's like, oh, okay, I feel that one a little more. All right, so we're now going to we're going to cross one knee on top of the other. Now, if that is a little challenging in itself and you can only do so, like overlapping your legs so much, just do what you can. And I want you to lean forward again, feeling that stretch now through the back of the glutes, maybe a little differently than we did when we did our figure 4 stretch. And again, depending on that flexibility with your legs and how you overlap, then if you could get kind of almost your knees in line, you can do it that way too. So I want you to switch to the leg. So if your left was on top, your left leg is now going to be on the bottom and your right leg is going to be on top of that. In my case, it's the opposite. So again, overlapping those legs on top of each other the best that you can and still reaching forward. Excellent job. All right. So for the next one, I'm just going to kneel, but you can stand if you want. So we're going to do our arm stretch for the front. So it's just having that hand straight out, pulling on the palm. Feeling that through the forearm, through the lower half of the arm, maybe a little bit to the upper. We're going to switch sides. So my left hand is going to grab my right palm. You may be on the opposite side or the opposite arm, which is okay. All right, so let's do a tricep stretch for the back of the arm. So it's again right hand on your back unless you choose to do your left. So your left hand is going to grab your elbow. Feeling that stretch through the back of your arm. Nice job. So let's switch and do the other side. So left hand flat on your back, and your right hand is grabbing your elbow. Excellent job. All right, let's see what we've got for, we have plenty of time for neck stretches. Sweet. All right, so for neck stretches today, so we're going to go chin over towards the right shoulder. So again, when we talk about driving a car and being able to look over our shoulder to check for traffic that is coming our way, I want you to take that chin, still keeping it towards the right side, but now looking up, looking down, looking up, looking down, and just stay right where you are. And now bring your chin over towards your left side. So again, checking over your shoulder for anyone who might be coming your way. And I want you to look up, look down. You may not be able to look as far down or as far up, but it's just feeling the stretch through the back side of the neck, almost slightly off to the side of the spine. All right, bring your chin back towards the center, and I want you to bring your chin towards your chest. Use whichever hand you want just to gently pull on the back of like the skull, not so much the neck, but the skull, just so I want you to feel that stretch kind of in the upper part, kind of almost like if it's the base of like the skull meeting the neck. Okay. So my favorite one that we always do, well, not always, but chin, I want you to keep your mouth closed, and I want you to look up towards the ceiling, and I want you to push that chin forward so you feel that stretch underneath your neck. And if you want to make it a little different as you're doing so, you're just kind of moving the ear towards the right and the left side, but still keeping your mouth closed, still pushing that jaw forward. Again, just being gentle with it. We're not being forceful. Excellent job. All right. So for the program that is about to start next week, which is Race at Your Pace. So that is a 28-day program that starts next week. And so it's a distance program. You can pick what your distance is, and then you just kind of, probably helps if you take that distance, divide it out, just so you kind of have an idea of how many miles or anything that you have to do for cardio. But we would definitely like more participants if you are interested, but please let us know. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye, everyone.